Its clothes, a pair of ripped overalls and a threadbare flannel shirt, hung limp from its crooked frame, remnants of an era long forgotten. Despite its ragged appearance, something about it drew me in, and I couldn't look away. The scarecrow seemed to catch Charlie's fancy too. He sniffed it cautiously before placing his paw on it, almost as if testing whether it was real. I snapped out of my thoughts when a man's voice suddenly cut through the eerie silence. It was the owner. He was a small, hunched figure standing behind the stall, half hidden in the shadows beneath a wide-brimmed hat. His leathery skin, deeply lined with wrinkles, hinted at a long, hard life. His face remained mostly obscured, his eyes concealed in the shadow of the hat, making it impossible to guess his age. An instinctual urge told me to turn away. Both the scarecrow and the man unsettled me in ways I couldn't explain. "You're looking for something to keep the birds away, aren't you?" he said, without glancing up, his voice gravelly and dry. There was an accent too, faint but old-fashioned, as though it belonged to another era. I blinked, startled by his accuracy. How could he know? I thought to myself. I nodded slowly, unsure of what to say, my mouth suddenly dry. Then he looked up, meeting my gaze for a fleeting moment. "This here'll do the trick," he said, gesturing toward the scarecrow with a bony finger. "No birds, no rodents, no pests. You'll see." I hesitated, taking a closer look at the scarecrow. It looked as if it would fall apart if I so much as touched it. "Does it work?" I asked, my voice filled with skepticism. I didn't want to come off as too desperate, but I was. The man grinned, revealing a set of yellowed, uneven teeth. "It worked," he said with an air of certainty that felt unsettling. "Better than you think. Just set it up in your field. It'll do the rest." My gut twisted with unease, and despite the creeping dread, I handed over the little cash I had left. The man took it without another word. I heaved the scarecrow into the bed of my truck, its hollow, straw-filled body thudding against the metal as I started my drive back to the farm. When I got home, the sun was setting, casting an orange hue across the farm. I glanced toward the house, where the warm light of the kitchen spilled through the windows. Clara was inside cooking dinner, while the kids helped her set the table. The smell of roasting chicken wafted into the air,